welcome to the Tarot Cottage. My name is Amy and I do pick a card readings on this channel. Please pull up and get cozy. We're going to have a little chat because we're all friends when we gather around my table. Welcome to my beautiful returning subscribers. Thank you guys so much for being here. Welcome to everybody new to the channel this month. I so appreciate your follow. I so appreciate your friendship here and your presence. As a thank you to my subscribers here on the channel, I do offer a chance to win a free tarot reading. So be sure to drop your comment below any of my readings this month. Even an emoji will be fine for your chance to win. And if you are chosen the winner, I will notify you via the comments section, and I'll give you clear indications on how to reach out to me personally so we can get the ball rolling. So if you're new to the channel, we would love to have you join our beautiful soul family here. All you have to do is subscribe, drop your comment below for your chance to win as well. So for today's pick a card topic, we're looking at a low contact or a no contact situation on your mind, and what are they truly feeling for you in this moment. So maybe it's low contact and just a little bit of information trickling in, or maybe there's no contact at all, but how do they truly feel? And we have three piles to choose from today. Pile number one here, the Empress, and I believe this is a yellow, I don't know what that's called. It's a yellow stone, so we'll leave it at there. If you know what this is, please let me know in the comments section. Pile number two with the Hermit, and we have the Green Adventurine. Pile number three with the World, and we have the Amber. So whichever pile or piles are calling out to you, there may be messages waiting. I'm going to jump into pile number one. Again, it's all about a low or no contact situation and how are they truly feeling about you right this moment. Pile one. Hello, pile one, you were drawn to the cream or yellowish stone. You're also drawn to the beautiful Empress energy, and this is your reading. This low or no contact situation that you find yourself in, how does this person truly feel about you? The Empress is beautiful. So this could reference you, this could reference them perhaps, but mostly you. And you could be the Divine Feminine, but you don't have to be. I use feminine and masculine energies in order for ease of execution, but this is all about abundance. The Empress is the most abundant card in the deck. This is beauty, this is grace, this is everything amazing about the Divine Feminine. The waterfall here, it's like crashing down. There's just so much emotion that you invoke towards this person. And there's a lot of physical beauty associated here too. A lot of physical beauty associated with you. So how does this person truly feel, especially about this no or low contact situation with you? What are their truest feelings for pile number one, please? Yellow Jasper. That's what this is. It just came to me. Yellow Jasper. What are their truest feelings right now in this low or no contact situation? Six of Pentacles. They kind of feel like a beggar. So I don't know that there is a lot of contact happening here in this moment. They feel like they're suffering because they're not contacting you or not talking with you. But I feel like you're right there in that same boat. They may think you have the upper hand with how, it's like they don't maybe know how you're feeling. They think you have the upper hand. They're not recognizing that you're probably right there parallel to their feelings or their emotions towards you. We have the Devil. Oh my goodness. Coming out with the Three of Pentacles. And I am getting, I just saw the Two of Swords as well. Now, I'm dealing with collective energy, so take the messages as they resonate with you. But I do feel like there's an inability to commit for one of the parties here. So they maybe are in a connection, maybe you're in a connection, a karmic relationship. The thing about this person, though, is that in this no contact, whatever path and whatever road life has led them down, they have come to great epiphanies about you. Because they see you as a part of it. Even if you're in no contact, it's like they carry your energy with them. And there's a benchmark associated with you. It's like maybe they made the wrong choice. Maybe they feel like they made an error in judgment in the past of this connection. Yeah, because there's the Ace of Swords. Coming out reverse because there's stress and epiphanies associated with this reality. And they don't know how you feel. And I think that that just exacerbates the situation. It adds more stress because they're looking for more information. They want to know, what are you experiencing? How are you feeling? Have you been able to defend yourself against some of these feelings when I have not? Because they don't feel like it's a collaboration, although I do feel like it is a collaboration. This person thinks about you all the time, and they're left judging themselves pretty critically. Makes them feel vulnerable. They do think about just popping up from the dead, like just popping up out of the blue. So I feel like this is a no contact. I don't feel like there's any contact here because there's no clarity at all about what you're doing, what you're feeling. We have the Hierophant. We also have the Eight of Wands, and we have the Two of Swords. Now this Eight of Wands as the backup deck is all about momentum and conversation and desire and fire, sometimes even air travel. So you could be living pretty far apart from this person in the present realm. They're speaking about wanting to get to you, feeling the pressure to say something, to act upon how they're feeling, to get some relief from some of this stress that they're feeling too, but they can't. They can't commit to that, perhaps because of their investments in the practical realm. This person does attempt to sometimes push your influence out of their mind. I feel like it's really challenging for them to do that, and they're just lying to themselves if they think that that's possible. They thought that the hardships surrounding the loss of you would be temporary, and I feel like it's been more consistent than that. We have the Queen of Wands, and they don't even realize that this beautiful Queen of Wands, maybe you're a Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. We also have Capricorn and Taurus here, but I don't think they realize that they feel like they kept you waiting, and they don't realize that you're still waiting. You're still waiting for clarity. You're still waiting for information from them. But there's the Two of Swords. They, in order to stop themselves from acting upon the emotional prompts, they tell themselves that you don't feel the same way, that you've probably moved on, you're probably in another connection, you're probably happy there. Some of which could be true, not all of which has to be true. Maybe you have moved on, but maybe there's not as much emotional satisfaction as they would think. And I just heard that E.E. Cummings poem, I carry your heart with me, I carry it in my heart. Wherever you go, I go, my darling. And the Three of Swords, it's so sad the way they're looking at that flame, the flame of expansion, and the pedestal that this candelabra is on is all rickety, it's all woven, kind of reminds me of the Temperance energy. So it's been a long time, I feel like, since they've seen you, or long enough that it's causing a lot of sadness. It can be temporary if they listen to the notes of intuition that encourage them to speak to you, to reach out, but they keep saying, I can't, or it's going to affect my responsibilities. I'm trying to make a decision based on my integrity. But true integrity is when we react with vulnerability. We have the Lovers here, and we also have the Emperor. So if we started with the Empress, we're ending with the Emperor. So this person does feel like there could be a soulmate connection here, or that there was something destined about your connection, and wishing that they had taken a stand, because there is unfinished business here. The world that he's holding has a huge lightning bolt through it, and it's the unfinished business that has created the epiphany for them. It's the way that they feel about you that has created the epiphany. But we have the Lovers, Gemini, on the back of deck. Aries energy very strong here as well. And the Lovers, you can see both people wearing this little rabbit cloak. Both people wanting to go and explore this connection, but maybe making the wrong choice, maybe waiting too long, not taking a stand. And now there could be a moral choice associated with other people, for instance, and they are still very contemplative about what they should do, about how they're feeling in this connection. They're still very conflicted about what they can actually do to accomplish more. How do they truly feel right this moment, please? We do have the Chariot, Cancer energy supporting the Hierophant, and we can't ignore the huge themes here. It's like this person gets drawn into the past a lot. They think about you as a part of their future, but I feel like in their present, there are a lot of obstacles. This Hierophant is spiritual ascension, but it can also be institutions like marriage. And I don't think they realize it. I feel like this is a very mirrored connection. We have the Lamb. I just heard lamb to the slaughter. And the Scorpion, Scorpio energy. We also have here the Crow coming in reversal. The Crow is like the magician for me. It wants to articulate, it wants to communicate, it wants to sound off, because they're sitting on the world as well. But in order to do so, perhaps they have to be like this dragonfly and change directions, and they're not prepared to do that in their life at this time. So they feel really, there's a lot of remembrance upon youth. So children could be a factor today. Children could have, or you could have been children in the past when you met this person, or have come of age with this person as well. And they're just like, it stings. The Scorpion is stinging. It eats at them a little bit. And it stings, that the innocence that they want to perhaps break in this connection. It's like they think about you very nostalgically in a form of innocence. So perhaps this never moved into a physical relationship with this person in the past. Now they have moved into that period of their life, and they do fantasize about that as well. But mostly they just want to talk to you. They want to talk to you and see where you stand. But you may also not have the ability to commit either. She has her legs crossed, sitting on top of all of those cushions. But they're also showing me the princess in the pea, and how there's just still something. You have a lot to be grateful for. You have a lot of abundance in your life, but there's still this connection that we sit upon that casts a little bit of a pallor to what we have to be abundant for. It's like the princess in the pea. There's just this little thing that we can't move away from. Romance, lavish the one you love with personal attention and affection. And that's what they wish they could do in this present moment here. Taking a chance on love is what they wish they had done in the past of this connection, and wishing that they had lavished you with their truth and with their romance, and fantasizing about that now. They do like to have fantasies about what would happen if they did give into that pressure and took a stand. But I feel like it sort of eats at them a little bit. What are their true feelings, please, for pile number 1? In this no or low contact situation, how did they truly think and feel in this moment? Do you believe in us? Do you believe in magic? It's like I'm trying to manifest you. It's like, is this something that was supposed to be? Is there something special about this connection? Should we have sort of put down roots? I'm weighing my options. This person, again, even if you haven't been in contact with them, it doesn't mean you haven't influenced them, and they carry your emotions with them, or the feelings that they have for you with them in their journey. The Two of Pentacles is somebody who's trying to decide what to do. They feel imbalanced when it comes to how things were left with the two of you, but they can't make solutions today. They know they want to, but they don't know how they're going to be able to accomplish it today. I'm sitting here patiently and adamantly waiting for clarity from you. The King of Wands, emphasis on Aries. And the King of Wands is a very focused, it's like this person is still very, very focused on you. But all I have to give is this curiosity. I can't give anymore. I'm not available to give anymore. I'm not capable of giving anymore. And all they have is the curiosity. They don't have any memories, perhaps any passionate memories to rely on. So all they have now is the ability to make memories, or to fantasize about what they wish they could pursue or explore when it comes to you, because they still have so much curiosity, and they know that it's a risk, but they're like, I just want to throw myself unashamedly into this risk, but I know that it's too much of a burden. I don't want to put that on you. It says, don't worry, I'm coming. Emerging idea, passion, creativity, and initiation, but it's in the reverse. There's some delays associated with what they're prompting to do, but they're thinking about reaching out to you, Pile 1. They are feeling the pressure to reach out to you. They just have this big decision looming in the balance. It's like having to weigh my curiosity and passion with the reality of my 3D situation. And maybe they can't commit even when they do reach out. Maybe all they have to give is the passionate aspect, but they fantasize about doing that. So there's a lot of momentum for this person to bring forward the truth to you. And they just might. We have chair empty, someone leaving your life. And you've left a huge hole. It's like you've left a huge impression. It's like no one's ever actually been able to fill your shoes. And we have admirer, compliments from an admirer. So they may be watching you online. They also like to fantasize about renewals and romance with you and really igniting it. We have here deep personal strength and peace that assures success in the valley. And we also have stepping into a new experience. Lots to be grateful for in the present moment, feeling vulnerable about stepping towards you. We have March being significant. And we have younger woman, dealings or relationship with a younger woman. And they do think about you very nostalgically from the past. So they picture you as perhaps a younger version of yourself, if they haven't seen you lately, or if they haven't been able to watch you. There's also something kind of taboo about them wanting you, because maybe they're not available or you're not available. They just feel like it's wrong of them to want you in the way that they do. But they can't help it because they do. How are they currently feeling right this moment, please? How do they truly feel? Kisses. Unconditionally loving, giving and receiving affection, and falling in love with you. And now that they know what love is, they may recognize feelings that happened in the past, which they couldn't put their finger on in the past. But it says, I'm not dealing with it today. I'm trying to avoid it. Boundaries. Because of boundaries, it's like they're feeling the pressure, but they're also not listening to the pressure, or they're trying to really focus on their responsibilities or the task at hand. So they do have intentions, but they are creating purposeful delays in the present moment because of stability with the palm tree. Other side says the butterfly, wanting the relationship to heal or to go into the next phase, but they have to maintain their stability perhaps first, which creates a lot of that delay. Let's get a charm bowl, please, for pile number 1. What was the very last thought that this person had about pile 1 today? So, oh, not feeling very victorious. Lack of confidence coming in. Not feeling sure about how you feel about the situation. Feeling kind of insecure. Their last thought today was very insecure. I feel like the ego had a hold of them because the ego was telling them, you know, this is unrealistic for you to expect reunions with this person. There feels like a very strong application of youth. So again, children being a factor, a concern for my home, which creates this lack of confidence and steals the empowerment that this connection actually creates for this person because it lights them up inside. But their ego is saying, well, it's unrealistic for you to hope for this because maybe they don't feel the same way. We have here the to-do list, somebody who's planning to do something, but you're a temptation with the mermaid. 3 of Wands, expansion. We have W. We also have here the morning shoe for the Divine Feminine. So the Divine Feminine is spending a lot of time reflecting on the loss, but there are solutions to be had. There's that 3 of Wands again, somebody who wants more, and a phone line. It's like 2 people. It's like there's no end to each of this phone line. So there's this phone line where we want to contact. We both want to contact each other. We have surrender here to the clarity, and we also have the King of Swords, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. All right, pile 1, that's what I have for you today. I hope it resonates with you. If it does, drop your comment below for a chance to win a reading with me. Be sure to check out my link below for Etsy for personal reading. But I hope that you come back here and visit me at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope you have a great day. Hello, pile number 2. You were drawn to the green adventurine or to the hermit energy, and this is your reading. This person in low to no contact with you, how do they truly feel right this moment? So the hermit can be Virgo energy, so a lot of contemplation with this hermit. And you can see that this person, they have all of these gaps. There's this fear about the gap that you leave in their life, the space between the 2 of you, and somebody who is afraid that they're alone in it because they're standing on top of that mountain peak, holding on to that light. But there's definite fear in the face. There's a definite fear here. So this person contemplates about you a lot, and there's a loneliness associated with it. So they may not think that you feel the same, but they just might feel isolated and lonely in their environment overall. And so thoughts of you, they escape to. It's like when they're feeling that, when they're feeling isolated, when they're feeling lonely, you represent a bright spot. You represent something that they look to for encouragement in some way. So they retreat a lot when they're feeling this way about you. And I feel like they have a lot to say. Like this person has a lot to say. They may have been very quiet and shy in the past, and maybe they didn't have the opportunity to say it, or they didn't express it when they could, but they feel like they have a lot to say. The longer this disconnect happens, though, the less sure they are that there can be solutions. It's like they're starting to lose a little bit of hope, if I'm honest, about what is possible in the future here. So let's take a look here and see what are their truest feelings for pile 2 right this moment, please. The Lovers, Gemini. Because they've spent so much time thinking about you, they've had the opportunity to really look at it from every single angle. Sometimes they're looking at it from a very emotional angle. Sometimes they've looked at it from a very practical angle. Sometimes they've been more empowered when they've thought about it. Sometimes they felt weaker. We have the Four of Cups. And I feel like they've tried really hard to find peace, to find clarity on their own. Like, I feel like they've tried really, really hard to move on. But there's this feeling about Stan here with the Golden Girls continuing to come back to bother Dorothy. It's like he's always coming back. Whenever she's happy, he just pops up. So even when this person has a lot to be grateful for, thoughts of you just pop up out of the blue. It's like just pop up out of the blue. Here with Rose, she's staring at the Three of Cups, which is very abundant. It can reference friendships and reunions. And so when things are going well, it's like even on holidays or birthdays, or when things are going well in their life, all of a sudden thoughts of you come in. It's like those big moments in their life that are important to everybody. When we have certain holidays that we're looking forward to, they wonder how you're experiencing that. They wonder what you're doing on your birthday. They wonder what you're doing on your Christmas. They wonder what you're doing on their birthday. And if you're thinking about them, and they kind of, it's like they can't escape it. They try to protect themselves against it, but they can't escape it. We have the World. Because it's like you're missing from their world. Something's missing, and they feel like it's you. And there's such an unfinished cycle. They never explored it. They wonder if you are the solution to more empowerment for them. We have the Ace of Wands, or I'm sorry, the Ace of Swords. And here's the Four of Pentacles and the Six of Wands. Now, this Four of Pentacles as your backup deck is really highlighting their helplessness when it comes to continuing to build upon what they've built, because the Four of Pentacles does talk about investments that we've made. She's sitting on a suitcase, she's traveled, she's moved into new realms, maybe into new positions. There's stability associated with the path that they've chosen. But here she is still, again, looking backwards, wondering what could have been. There's a lot of shoulda, coulda, woulda here, because this person has a lot to be thankful for. There's a lot of abundance going on. And from the outside, you would look into their window and say, well, they've got a lot going on. They've got a lot invested. But there's something missing for this person. I feel like financially, like there's an emphasis for some reason on their financial abundance. And a lot of people will say, well, that's success. Financial abundance is success. And that's perhaps the path they've climbed to create a lot of physical security for themselves. They've got a lot of stuff. But after we get a lot of stuff, if you won the lottery today and you went out and bought everything your heart could desire in that lottery win, tomorrow you would sit down and say, okay, what's next? Like, what emotionally can I do next? They sort of just feel suspended in this situation because all of the thoughts that go to you have left them powerless to create the change that they want. This Hanged Man can actually come down anytime they want from that tree, but they don't know what to do with it. It's like they hesitate. They're like, well, my hands are tied. But the truth is their hands aren't tied. They've been inspired to perhaps reach out to you before, but they're afraid of what could be waiting for them. It's almost like they don't want the clarity because they're afraid that they'll be wrong. You have the Nine of Wands. And it feels like a lengthy delay or a lengthy no contact situation because they're getting tired. And the longer they go without hearing from you or about any connection, the more worried they get. This almost feels like a friendship. It could have just been a friendship. But there was still much more potential than that. And they felt it. We have the Temperance. And there is this feeling about only you can offer me the clarity. Only you and a conversation with you could offer me the clarity that I need. There's the Friendship, Three of Cups, and the Six of Swords. And they do dream of reunions. They do wish that they could come back and see you. They wish for peace and clarity over how you're experiencing this whole situation. And they do feel like that could be the solution for them, to be able to feel inspired to change, to be able to release the burdens that they carry in relation to you, because they're very imbalanced. It stresses them out, I feel like the lack of information between the two of you stresses them out. And they're hoping that one day in the future there will be some type of place for you, whether it be friendship or whether it be more, that there'll be some type of new initiation or new start eventually one day. But they're taking a very passive approach. So even if they feel prompted to reach out, they may not reach out, pal, too, because they're taking the back seat in the approach. They could be waiting for information or hoping for information. And I feel like they also tap into the past with you. Like they had a lot of fun with you. And this version of themselves that they got to be when they were with you calls out to them now in their current position, because sometimes this position that they've built for themselves, lots of abundance, as I said, but not a lot of emotional support. It's like feeling kind of isolated and lonely in their environment. We have the sea serpent. I do think about a connection that has lasted forever. So past life energy. We also have here raccoon. And I also think of the sea serpent as something dangerous that lurks below the water. You know, something that encourages us, or something that prompts us or triggers us or scares us. It's a temptation. And they're wearing masks in their life. And they're wearing masks to themselves, because there are solutions that they can come up with, but they don't surrender to them. They put a mask on and they say, well, there's nothing I can do. My hands are tied here. We have like a deer in the headlights. And honestly, I get the impression that although there's no contact here, they may have seen you recently or in the past recently from afar, and they were shocked by it, and it was like a deer in the headlights. I also feel a quiet energy surrounding this person, but they may have seen you from afar. You may not even been privy of it. Maybe you didn't see them, but they saw you recently, and it was like a deer in the headlights. They couldn't stop. They couldn't do anything. They were frozen in place. How do they truly feel for pile 2 right this moment? I act very happy, but I'm not happy. Wearing masks. I want to dedicate a song to you. There could be a song associated with your name, or a song that really brings them back to a time and place when it comes to you. They feel like there is telepathy between the two of you. They're hoping. They want to communicate with you in their mind. They have conversations with you in their mind. I've been manifesting our connection. I feel like in every way except for action. All of the thought going into you, but no actual practical steps, because they might step off the edge of that mountain, and then what happens? It's a risk. I know that we're being spiritually guided, because automatically out of the gate we have the lover's energy, which is a deep sense of connection. And I have a gift for you. And there's something very generous about this person. They've fantasized about living with you as well, about having an actual physical ability to live with you and build a life with you. This person was really afraid of rejection as well in the past. How do they truly feel about pile number 2, please, in this moment? The axe. Breakup, separation, stopping the pattern, silent treatment, and feeling abandoned. As I said, this person is implying that in their environment it's very lonely. When they're in conflicts with people in their life, they could receive the silent treatment or give the silent treatment. We have healing heart, healing from a heartbreak, freedom from toxic relationship or addiction, and having to hide their love, heart with a key, wanting to get together, wanting to be in a perfect connection with you, but having to keep that feeling a secret. How do they truly feel right this moment for pile number 2, please? Finances and career are a factor. And I feel like, I don't want to say they're rich, but I feel like they're doing very, very well. Collectively, we would look into their window and say, wow, you've got a lot going on. You've got a lot of abundance. And that may be where they kind of gain some of their confidence. Is like they're proud of their career. They're proud of what they've built for themselves. They're proud of their home. That's where their empowerment is. But again, those things will return to nature. And ultimately, it's our emotional abundance, our belonging that our soul longs for. And they haven't found that. And so they felt that with you in the past. And they want to get that back. We have here separation. Time apart is still on the horizon, because there could be healing family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. Or there could be family issues in place right this moment for you or this person. Because they do seem to have a concern for the home. Whenever they think about, like she's looking here at the 3 of Cups, she's looking towards reunions, but then reality of her home stops her from perhaps executing that desire. Let's get a charm bowl, please, for pile number 2. Oh, we have a little card from before. Get it? Yeah. What was the last thought they had about pile 2 today, please, in the bowl? Seven of Pentacles. They were really thinking about their current investment, actually. They were thinking about what they have invested in life, in love, in relationships. They were thinking about sort of how they're waiting for the fruit to be harvested there, and how all of their energy has been focused on that build. And they know that if they want to have anything further with you, they're going to have to haul anchor. They're going to have to pull up some things that they've planted, maybe break down relationships. They're also talking here about relationships ending here with the Two of Cups. So they were thinking about that. Perhaps a relationship that ended between the two of you, or having to end a relationship to create any type of wave. Because they're focused on reunions, but whenever I see the pineapple, I think of swinging. So it's like third-party situations, fantasizing about you in that regard. We have the Temperance energy reversed, Hanged Man energy reversed too. So a little bit of a victim mentality and somebody who doesn't want to look like a traitor. We have Q and J and Cupid's arrow, Temptation, and there's the phone off of the hook. We also have the Star of Aquarius, so healing after sort of separating from someone that I felt a kindredness with, like a kindred spirit. We also have a commandment from the Bible that says, honor thy father and thy mother. So there could be children involved here, motherhood, fatherhood. Pile 2, that's what I have for you today. I hope it resonates with you. If it does, drop your comment below for a chance to win a reading with me. You can also check out my link for Etsy for a personal reading. But I hope that you come back here and visit me at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope you have a beautiful day. Hello, pile number 3. You were drawn to the Amber, and you were also drawn here to the World energy, and this is your reading. The person in low to no contact with you, how do they truly feel for you right this moment? I'm getting the impression of first love. Somebody who was, like, you introduced them to that feeling. You introduced them to love. There's unfinished cycles here. This looks kind of like Betty Boop. And there's an emphasis on the eyes, on like big eyes, or, you know, they talk about the standards of beauty, and it's like you match those standards of beauty. Large eyes, beautiful little Cupid's bow, just gorgeous energy. And so you ignited them, you lit them up inside. It's like the very first time. For the very first time, you ignited their lower chakras, their solar plexus, their sacral chakra, their root chakra. You shook things up for them. There's also an aspect of perhaps a bit like watching you online. There's an online aspect here too, and really wishing that they could communicate with you, coming to a bit of a crossroads, and you bringing them to that crossroads of wanting to communicate. So there's a lot of unfinished cycles, a lot of things not said in this connection that they wish that they could say, that they wish that they could tap into. So let's take a look. Deck here. So pile number 3, in this low to no contact situation, how do they truly feel about you? You have the Temperance. I just heard biding my time. So it's like somebody, oh my. The Four of Swords, the Chariot, and the Knight of Wands. The Hierophant, the Four of Wands, along with the Hermit, my voice is closing. The Moon and the Hanged Man. And maybe this is an indication of this person not being able to communicate what they feel effectively, because I can't communicate what I want to say effectively either. Okay, so pile number 3, the Strength card is your back of deck. We have Leo energy, we have Scorpio energy, we have Virgo energy, we have Taurus energy, we have Cancer energy. We have so much energy here. Let's clarify this Temperance. What are they truly feeling, please, for pile number 3? Queen of Pentacles. To be honest with you, this person, they want movement, they want momentum. They know that it's an unfinished cycle, and it's almost like they're waiting for the perfect moment. They're waiting because there's something to protect here. This nest, this Four of Swords. They understand that now is not the time, perhaps, and they have to wait, but it's like they're chomping at the bit. It's like their horses are ready. Everybody's kind of warming themselves up at the start line. They're shaking out their muscles. They're preparing for something. because there's something to be protected, but they're also showing the porcupine quills. So there's this fear about what will happen if they approach right now. I don't think they're worried about rejection. To be honest with you, this person feels confident that perhaps you feel the same way. What they are worried about is creating havoc or creating obstacles. They have this belief that you are like a twin flame energy and that you're feeling exactly the same way. Here is the two wolves, the yin and the yang, liking each other equally. And the truth is that it's hard for them to stay away. Here's the world with the Nine of Cups reverse, and they're still crushing on you. That's what it feels like. It's like a crush situation that continues to crush, and the unfinished cycle is being represented, and they want solutions now. It stings for them to have to sort of relate to the 3D situation. It stings for them to hold back in this present moment, but they truly, truly believe that there are bones to pick here. It's not over for this person, and that you may be the key to their ultimate happiness. Maybe they've experienced things that are very much in contrast to that, and they're like, yo, you're the solution. You are the solution towards more. There's like a workplace element here, potentially some type of institution involved, maybe with where you met this person, so work, school. We have the Five of Wands. And in this environment, they get jealous of you. They're still jealous of you in the present moment, though. Like this is a normal feeling that they have, that they carry with them all the time. But they want to fight for it. This person isn't done with the fight. You represent a lot of major themes for this person as well. The Strength, the Moon, the Hanged Man, the Hermit, the Hierophant, the Chariot, the Temperance. Like, this is a lot of powerful energy. All major arcanic themes in the front of your reading. You influence this person in so many different areas of their life. And they have this belief system that you are a part of their ascension, or you are a part of their abundance. And they're tying it to, like, you ignited me. You are like a first love, a first true love, or a true love, and they want to just take action now. They don't want to have to worry about the consequences. They're frustrated that they have to hold back. They're frustrated because they are confident that you feel the same way. This person, and maybe it's just feigned confidence, maybe it's just today they're building up this sense of security in themselves. They see you as like this twin flame. They see you as someone who's destined for them, and they really want more right now. They really want you in a very physical way right now. They could definitely be the Leo. We have the Wheel of Fortune. We have the Chariot, and we have the Temperance. Look at all these major themes for you, Pile 3. This person is just trying to build up the strength to push that Chariot forward. The Strength is number 8. The Chariot's number 7. It's pushing the Chariot forward because there's unfinished business here. And the Spirit, again, says it's only a matter of time. I'm making plans. This person is focused on solutions, Pile 3. So although they are sort of tapping into their intuition and they're trying to surrender to the prompts and the triggers right now, they feel like they're connected with you. They feel like you almost want them to come forward in this no contact situation. It's almost like they feel like there's a spiritual conversation that's happening that's telling them that they should surrender to this momentum, that they should surrender to the fight, that you want them to fight for you. Now, I feel like for the Divine Feminine's position, there could be an aspect of you not ready for them to fight for you today. You may not be like in a position. You may say, well, I've got a lot going on. I've got a lot of responsibilities. I may not be able to fight at this moment with you. And maybe they're aware of this and they're kind of holding back. They could be watching you online, which is what is really sparking this desire to return to the situation. And you may actually be privy to the fact that they're watching you online somehow, whether they've liked a photo or left a tiny comment. I don't feel like there's actual communication happening, but I feel like the two of you are almost aware of each other online in some way. They're definitely aware of you. And because of what they're seeing, they're making plans. Tentative plans, I should say. They haven't executed them, but they want to, and they're just waiting for the perfect moment. They truly believe that this long road that has got them to this epiphany about you, they feel like you are the solution to all of that abundance. How do they truly feel, please, about pile number 3? Good luck and good fortune. A long journey, either physical or mental, will leave you wiser in the end. And there's an emphasis on like past life energy, twin flame energy, endurance, and this person enduring in their feelings for you. Because they've convinced themselves that why would all of these major themes be popping up in their life? Why would they be feeling this intensely if there wasn't something more to come? And they believe that luck is on their side. Opportunity or windfall. But we do have beware of self-delusion coming in for the divine masculine, for the dragon, for the ego. So sometimes the ego will get a hold of them and say, well, you're deluded. They don't feel the same way. But then their higher self or their intuition says, of course they do. I wouldn't feel this intensely unless they felt the same way. So sometimes they teeter on this insecurity about, well, what if I am deluded? What if I am? Someone is entering your life. They do want that to be you. In need of help, assistance, and guidance, and wanting to seek out information that will help you, because they don't want to be complacent anymore. They're tired of holding back from this connection. They want to know your take on things. They want conversations with you. And we have here, you should accept valid criticism. But they don't want to accept any valid criticism in relation to you. They don't want to be fearful of loss. They don't want to be fearful of position, but they are worried about somebody's position and somebody's position of empowerment. That could be the divine feminine's position at this moment, because she seems to be sitting in a position of independence or power. There could be motherhood associated with her right now, which is why this person is biding their time. They don't want to, though. The cup is a symbol of rest, of the Four of Swords. It's frustrating for them because with this Four of Swords, which is a let's rest and take our time, we have it connected to the Knight of Wands and the Chariot, which is a go. Look at these horses. They're not even bridled. They're not even attached to the chariot. They're just charging forward. And this knight that just wants to go charging towards their desires in relation to you, it's very combative to this Four of Swords, which says we have to rest, we have to wait. And that's frustrating because that's just fueling this unfinished cycle for this person. How do they truly feel right this moment, please, in this low to no contact situation? I'm patiently waiting for the right time. 14, the Temperance. But this sometimes feels so hopeless. When they get into their despair, when they think about the separation, they get really, sometimes they fall back into old fears, into old worries. And when we're dealing with emotion, the Five of Pentacles is really an emotional destitution. It's like somebody who feels like they are together with you, because, you know, oftentimes in the traditional Rider-Waite, you'll see two people in the Five of Pentacles suffering together. So they try to convince themselves that you're suffering with them. Whether that's the truth or not, that's their impression. So you may not feel that way, but Spirit says that's just their impression. These are their truest feelings. You give me a heart on. And I always laugh when I see this card. It always makes me giggle. Because this is somebody who perhaps is not very comfortable being emotionally vulnerable, but they're comfortable giving you sexual innuendo or being very playful with you. But the truth lies underneath that playfulness. That you turned my heart light on. You were the person that ignited the whole process for me. I can't see past my own fears, the Eight of Swords, but I also, it's not even necessarily fears, it's about restrictions, and they can't see past the restrictions right now. There could even be solutions that are available, but because of insecurity, sometimes moments of self-delusion that they're worried about coming in, it competes with this belief inside of them that you guys were meant to be together. That the two of you are meant to be. But they're afraid. I've been hurt so many times before. The Four of Pentacles. It's like I've disappointed myself in the actions and the choices that I've made, and now I'm teetering on the edge of one world and a world that exists with you. How do I truly feel in this moment about this no contact or low contact situation with pile number 3, please? We have the Crow. This Crow's been coming out a lot, coming in the reversal, and Vulture circling. They're circling the situation because this person has intentions to express, there's the Hyena again, embracing this in-between before they step out of the shadows and into the light. there's a lot of momentum for you here, pile 3. I don't feel like it's coming in right away. I feel like there could even be a lengthy delay because they don't feel like they can with the helplessness of the 4 of Cups without creating tower moments. So they're afraid to plant that seed. So they know that now's not the time, but they're circling. They're trying to see when is the right time for me to come and express how I truly feel, because otherwise I'm going to drown in it. I'm going to drown in this emotion. So they want to step into the light. How do they truly feel right now, please, for pile number 3? That you are the one. You could be the one, that they've already met you. They've already met the romantic partner that they need, that they seek. But that separation might have to be on the horizon in the very near future. But they have their eye on the prize. I feel like they're just patiently waiting for the right moment to strike. Let's get a charm rule, please, for pile number 3. What was the very last thought that this person had about pile 3 today? 7 of Wands. And I just heard ear infection. I don't know why for someone, if you're suffering from an ear infection, my ear is hurting, my right ear is hurting. So maybe you have an ear infection. So Spirit just wants to resonate that with someone watching. We have the 7 of Wands, we have the World reversed, and we have the Tower. Now they're talking about the last thought that this person had about you was the unfinished cycle. The World is here in the reversal, and how they're finding the determination. They're trying to hold on and stay determined when it comes to the resolutions. But there's the Tower. They've had epiphanies about you. They want to share them with you, but they're also could be worried about creating havoc for you or for themselves. We have the T. We also have here a lock, so somebody who's keeping a secret. We do have the 9 of Pentacles, so somebody in a position of authority, could be the Divine Feminine. Here is the pine cone, though. They still see potential. An unfinished cycles or a lack of clarity or closure between you. We have Our Lady in the bowl, I think, of motherhood. So Mary could be a significant name, but also motherhood. It says, I will hold you in my heart until I hold you in heaven. And ultimately, they're talking about heaven being on earth potentially. It's like, I'm going to keep holding you in my heart until I can experience that moment of connection with you again. There could also be somebody who has crossed over who is looking after the situation as well. All right, pile number 3, that's what I have for you today. I hope it resonates with you. Drop your comment below for a chance to win a reading with me. You can also check out my link for Etsy for a personal reading. But I hope you come back and visit me at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope that you have a beautiful day.